So I was at Kmart with the grandchild going, of course, through the toy section.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the games, the box games, because
yeah.
because there's all the standards, there's
Kaplunk.
there's Twister.
Oh, yeah, classic.
There's what else?
Well,
is
there's
there?
the card games.
Monopoly,
Cluedo.
lots of card games, lots of, and then I found this one that was called The Game of Life.
Oh, yeah, that's an American thing. That's been...
Oh, so it's been around for a while,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, it has.
I thought it was quite new, but I thought that was amazing.
The Game of Life.
The Game of Life. I mean,
Yeah.
can you fit all of that into one box?
And what?
Really?
And
I read the back, and basically you start out, and you it's like you go around the board. Like
that's
Monopoly.
right. Yeah. My
Yeah,
kids have played it.
Oh, really?
I reckon I've seen at a friend's house or something. The game of maybe in a beach house somewhere. Yeah.
And then you can study or not study, or you can go into
overseas.
You can
have
travel.
a family.
You can have a family. You can buy a house. You can have a career. You will not have a career. And then.
But it doesn't. It's sort of realistic, but there's no.
Oh, the outcome's weird.
What's the
outcome is that you sell everything at the end. It's kind of like he or she who wins with the most toys wins. So you sell your house, and they give you some money for that, and they give you a certain amount of money for each child. So if you have a lot of kids, you get money for that.
That's right. But it's not really realistic. There's no thing where you go down and become an alcoholic.
Well, that's what I started to think about.
Join a cult.
Yeah, COVID breaks out.
Yeah, no one predicted that.
Yeah, is it like community chest? Is it like where that's where you won second prize in a beauty contest, you've won $80.
That's Monopoly.
But I wonder what the community chest would be in the Game of Life. You got aggravated burglary.
Oh yeah, you had a gang run through and steal your car.
Yeah,
or you got a cancer diagnosis.
Oh.
You got kidney cancer.
Oh,
7 weeks to live. That's terrible.
Yeah, and
there's all sorts of things that could happen. Addicted to heroin.
You can go to jail. You can go to jail.
Go to jail. Involved in an accident, hit and run, and then all of a sudden you're in jail.
Yeah, you
have an affair with a woman at work.
Hey.
Well, I don't really have a workplace, so
but they're coming off the tongue pretty easily. You take up comedy.
Oh yeah, midlife crisis stuff too.
Yeah,
midlife crisis. Buy a sports car.
Ah.
People get obsessed by things. You get obsessed by Star Trek or something. I don't know.
Get taken by aliens. No, that wouldn't really work. But So anyway, I was just wondering, and I reckon. Here's what I reckon: baby boomers, because everyone's saying that baby boomers have had a bit of a fair go. A better go.
That's your generation. I'm Gen X, just to be clear.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the cusp.
Because the baby boomers have got all the houses, haven't they? And they've got all the money.
Yeah.
And now they're just sitting back, enjoying their wealth while everyone else is struggling.
Yeah.
So I reckon if you're a baby boomer and you play the Game of Life, there should be some sort of handicapping.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I think the baby boomers should be made to start off in debt.
Yeah, good one.
From birth.
Yes. Baby boomers worked hard, though. You've worked hard.
I know, we have worked hard.
But property prices were cheaper.
They
were cheaper.
Yeah.
Like, we bought our first house for $200,000. Really? And that's in inner city Melbourne. That's crazy. 215.
I remember, this is a bit tedious, but I remember I was up at Noosa. There was the first time. This is back in...
Say it properly. Noosa.
Noosa. And they were... if you know Noosa, there's the main street of Noosa, which is Hastings Street.
Hastings
and we're
Street.
having lunch there. And they said, I've just heard of this new development that's happening over the river just there, which
Noosa Heads. Used to be Noosa Heads.
Noosa Sound, is it? Noosa...
Yeah, Noosa Sound. I know.
Yeah. And I remember saying to my friend, you know what? We could get a block of land over there for $90,000.
Oh,
and I remember thinking, maybe we should...
my dad bought a block of land at Cape Patterson, which is near Phillip Island.
How much?
$500.
$500?
Yeah, 1971.
Yeah, my dad bought our beach house for £8,000.
Incredible.
16,000.
But I remember in the 80s, we were looking at shared houses, and we went to look at this amazing old terrace house opposite the gardens near the museum in Carlton. And the guy showing us around said, boys, I'll sell it to you for $100,000. You got 100 grand? I'll sell it to you right now.
Really?
Yeah, 100 grand, which would be worth 3 or 4 million in the house now.
Yeah, I know.
But we were like, we didn't have 100 grand. We didn't have any money.
Unfortunately, real estate is like a boat that you get on board. So therefore, if you're buying and selling in the same market, you're just going to spend a lot of money. Whatever money you made, you're just going to spend it anyway if you want to, still have a property.
The day you buy is the day you sell, Glenn. Is that what they say? That's what they say, isn't it?
Really?
They got a lot of sayings, real estate agents.
Anyway,
You know?
is there any games is there anything like the game of comedy for you? That was maybe there should be a side game called the game of comedy.
What about the game of death? That'd be How are you going to die?
Oh, wow.
That'd be good.
So in other words, you play the game. Oh, this is interesting. And what you find out.
How are you going to die?
Do you get? But you don't do that to the last bit.
Yeah. You got different things. So I reckon they'd have things like how much you weigh and stuff.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, no, this is just like a little character on a board. It's not in real life. So, if you're like the, Monopoly, whatever, you're the shoe, and then, the shoe puts on 100 kilos. Oh, the shoe's eating badly. Oh, the shoe's going to die. Now, the shoe's either going to die of a stroke or a heart attack or diabetes or something, isn't it?
Because I reckon you could go, because there's ways that your lifestyle, because you could go rock and roll lifestyle, which would mean that your life would be shorter, or you could go conservative.
Yes, exactly. So you choose, you choose to eat bad food, you choose to drink a lot.
Because I was listening to a podcast yesterday about this guy it's called the speed of aging, where they can do put on your speed of aging. They can do all your bloods and everything. This guy had a speed of aging of 0.6. So in other words, his body was the equivalent, and he must be in his 40s, of an 18-year-old. And he said he's number 2 in the world as far as the speed of aging. So he's doing all these things where he's, it's optimizing his vegan diet, takes 40 vitamin tablets a day. He does certain...
He probably have a heart attack, though. Yeah.
And then he said there's another guy who's better than him. He's 0.5 instead of 0.6. And he met him, and he goes, well, you're the number 1, I'm number 2. He says to the guy, what do you do? And he goes, I don't do anything.
Really?
Do nothing. And so it all comes down to biology.
And also, so he doesn't
do anything with his diet or anything like that.
Right. He's just like number 1.
Like you hear of people living into their 90s and all the bad things that they did, and then you hear about people who do all the right things
and they die.
So that's why it's a great board game.
Yes.
You died first. I'm a winner.
You died jogging and you were so fit.
You got hit by a bus. I got hit by a bus. Oh, God. And I was doing on the one on Pilates and the roof fell in and we all died.
Exactly. Oh, play the music.
Welcome to Somehow Related Now. Please welcome your hosts, Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Here we are. Welcome to the podcast. Somehow related, and we've got to get 2 topics. We've got to work out how they're related, aren't they, Glenn?
Yeah.
Is that what happens here?
Yeah. So,
Should we get them? Just go straight to it?
I hope Sam's all right.
She's all right.
She hasn't been saying much lately. We haven't been talking to her that much.
She gets a bit disillusioned.
I think she's... I'm wondering how AI is fitting into her world.
Yeah.
Do they get on, her and AI?
Well, wasn't she the original AI?
Well, AI is a bit more than
her,
isn't
Don't
it?
say that.
I like using AI.
I know you use AI. I know.
I do it all the time because I like the way it presents the facts that you want, and then it writes you. I go, here's a whole lot of stuff. Write me a story, and then they write a story. The story's not great.
I used it the other day. I'd never used it before.
What did you use, ChatGPT?
Yeah, because someone asked me, do you do keynote talks? You know when you go to a conference and there's some guy gets up and says, this is the story of my life. From poverty to prosperity or whatever. You
can be like me.
You can be like me. And I'm like, of course, I'm an idiot. I go, yeah, sure, I can do one of them. Then the next question, what's it about? I'm like, oh, no. So I just put into AI, write a thing about someone starting off in the suburbs and becoming a comedian.
That's great.
Yeah, and then it came up with a title. I said, and give me a title. Yeah, it was good, actually. It was useful because I'm just like, oh.
Because basically what you want is an opportunity to bring up a bit of your stand-up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have done them before, and I did say to the agent person, look, I've done them before, but they were for educational kind of thing. So I just
So you
talked
had a
about-
specific goal.
kind of.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I'll read it out. What it said. Hang on. Where is it? It's quite. It made me laugh. Here we go. Here we go. From delinquency to comedy, a journey of transformation and triumph. That's the title. Okay.
I might go and get a coffee while this guy talks.
Okay. So basically, it's my story is growing up in the suburbs, getting arrested for making bombs, getting fired from an office job, hitting rock bottom, becoming a comedian, going from juvenile delinquency to starring in a movie with Eric Bana and making the most appearances on ABC's Spicks and Specks. A story of determination, perseverance, and a bit of luck. From delinquency to comedy, a journey of...
Boring. So did you just sit there and put all elements in?
And it comes up with that.
Yeah.
That's funny though, isn't it?
But it is funny because I do it for a friend of mine where he wants to write a biography and I go, don't write a biography.
Oh,
just sit and talk to AI.
Yeah.
And then it'll put into a sentence for you. Yeah.
Well, let's just get a topic, Sam. I wonder if she's been listening to us. What are the topics, Sam?
Snakes and ladders and the Hindu religion.
She was listening to us. You were talking about board games.
She was. She was definitely listening. And Snakes and Ladders is one that is a classic
Yes.
game
Yes.
where
Pretty boring though.
and annoying too because the biggest snake was right near the end.
Yes.
But wasn't the biggest ladder right near the end too?
Yeah. So if you got a ladder, you went up. If you got a snake, you went down.
And it was purely dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a ladder. Up I go. I jump forward.
Says to me, I reckon, because it's so basic, it must have been one of the first ever board games. Was it? We did Monopoly on this podcast. That was early too, but Snakes and Ladders must have been up there with checkers. And I mean, what do you reckon is the oldest board game? Checkers?
Yeah.
The Chinese?
What's the other one?
Chess?
Yeah, chess. What a great game. The other one where you go from one side to the other and it's little discs. Oh, God.
Yeah, checkers. That's checkers, isn't it?
No, where you go like across a...
Kaplunk? Connect 5?
Yeah, Connect.
Connect 5?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll look it up later.
What about Dominoes?
Yeah, Dominoes is good. Yeah, that would be early
That'd
on,
be
wouldn't it?
very early on. Mahjong.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Bridge. Bridge is quite complicated, apparently.
Bridge is really complicated.
I know Bridget Duclos, radio announcer, friend of ours.
So you pop up on Instagram. I see you're on there. Are you
I
a
go
regular on that show?
On her show, yeah, on the ABC in Melbourne.
You can talk
yeah.
about last week. You were talking about recipes, old recipes.
Yeah, we talk about retro stuff every week. An area of expertise for me. Her mum has Bridge Club on Tuesdays.
Right.
Her mum still goes to Bridge. And I think it's quite a complicated game, but a good game, I hear.
I hear it's a very complicated game. This is really annoying me. Sam, what is the name of the game that is very popular where you just move the coloured discs and they pile up?
Glenn, you're thinking of backgammon. I'm doing fine and don't even think about using AI to replace me.
Backgammon!
Whoa!
That was the one.
She's a bit angry, Sam.
Yeah.
Backgammon, right. I've never played backgammon. Is that good?
I don't know how to play it. I used to have a game called Rifleman.
What?
Rifleman.
What happened in Rifleman?
Well, all you had to do with Rifleman was get all your cattle from one side over to the other side. Not dissimilar to backgammon. So I figure I know how to play. Was it Rifleman?
Not settler, not squatter.
Maybe it was squatter.
Really boring. It's
Was
an
where you had-
Australian game.
Yeah, where you had did you move your sheep around and stuff?
Yeah, it's boring.
No,
when
I
when the
think-
kids brought out that at one of your friends' house, you're like, oh.
Did you have Everest?
No, you've talked about Everest before. That's
that was really,
you love that.
It was a cardboard Everest, and it was really annoying. Oh, what about pickup sticks? That would be that would be
classic.
very.
That's very old school.
That would
Pick-up
have to
sticks.
be. That is a good game. We've got that down at the beach house.
Yeah, pick up sticks.
Pickup sticks,
Kaplunk.
and the black one you can use it to poke out others if you.
Ah.
Yeah. A Kaplunk is a bit like that.
What's the one where Jenga? That's good.
Oh, where you pull out blocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Oh no! Oh,
Dad, no! Cluedo, Professor Plum. No, hang on. Who was it? The candlestick in the study.
I'm watching a thing called The Residence on, which is who done it in the White House.
Oh,
And I'll tell you what
wow.
I watched that was amazing. Have you watched Adolescence?
No, I know Stephen Graham. I don't know. I
Who's
like him.
Stephen Graham?
He's the dad in it. He often plays a skinhead or a tough guy. He's a great actor.
He's very good, very good. Well, I don't like
see,
recommending shows,
But that's like about a stabbing, isn't it?
yeah, it's very violent. And it's very, it's what parents are going through with kids all the time in regards to social media and what it does to them mentally. And
It's about an incel, isn't it? Like,
yeah, and if you're into
stabbing,
because I'm really
into stabbing.
Yeah, stabbings and muggings.
Stabbing.
I love them.
Glenn loves a good stabbing show.
Yeah,
Right?
stabbing
movie.
Stab. No, it's every episode. And this is probably well known. Every episode is one shot.
Oh yeah. No, I read about that in the paper. Yeah,
And
it's kind of like the director showing
and
off.
I was watching it, going
One shot.
one shot. No, I know what they do.
Well, that's like a play.
Well, no, but what I'm going is because there are tricks you can do. We do it in Russell Coit. Well, when he walks behind a pole, there's a cut point. But then I watched the making of and realised that I was completely wrong. Every shot was done in one shot, and they'd pass cameras off, and then they would be filming, and then someone would bring in a drone and connect a drone to the camera while they're filming, and then it would take up and do an aerial shot. So I was completely wrong.
Too much work.
And you're right, it's like a play.
Yeah.
Fantastic performances, highly recommended. And I found the first episode actually claustrophobic to watch. You couldn't get away. It was quite tense.
I got to watch it. Have you watched Dope Thief?
No.
Oh, that's good. That's Ridley Scott. That's on about these guys that it's present day in Baltimore or somewhere, Philadelphia, and they rob. They're just these guys who pretend to be DEA agents, and rob small-time drug dealers, but then they rob the wrong person.
Oh,
but it's
there's
great.
trouble. Yeah.
Been watching White Lotus. We've been doing that accent around the house, Parker Posey's character. Papa, you can't go and live here. You're not a Buddhist. You've seen her? The accent is quite overdone.
I think we watched the first one. Everyone loved it. I didn't love it that much.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Did you watch the second one?
Yeah, I've been watching it.
And the third one's good. Is it in Thailand?
Yeah, it's in Thailand.
Yeah.
Piper.
What accent is it meant to be?
Southern American, yeah, American.
How y'all doing?
Piper, you're not a Buddhist.
Piper, you're not a Buddhist.
Yeah, she's quite funny. Anyway.
Okay, so we're talking about snakes and ladders. So basically, I would imagine it's a game around the world.
Yeah.
That everyone would have played. Everyone that would have been one of the first games.
And also, when it is produced, all around the world, there's a groan like, ugh.
What, when you pull it out?
Yeah, not snakes and ladders. Ugh.
Yeah.
Monopoly's...
It's a groan.
Monopoly's just... When your kids play Monopoly, it goes on forever. But the good thing about Monopoly, they've brought in new versions now. There's one called Cheat, where you can cheat on Monopoly.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's much more fun. And my son, for Christmas, got a Monopoly card game, which the kids love playing, which is really good. Good fun.
My favourite game is Chameleon.
You told me your favourite game was Keys in the Bowl. Anyway...
Depends who you have over.
Yeah.
If it's your neighbours, but if it's someone that you don't, know that well, it's probably best, because...
What's Chameleon?
Chameleon is where everyone on the table except for one person knows what the word is.
Oh.
And what you have to do is we go around the table, and say if the word was sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to then let me know that you know what the word is, but you have to give me a hint word that's not directly related to it. So you might go
butter.
You might go butter. Yeah, and the next person might go knife, or the next person, and then you get rid of the person who doesn't know it, and it's really funny because the person who doesn't know it will then confidently go, butterfly.
So you've got to work out who doesn't know it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's a good game.
So you got to work out. So in other words, you pull a card out and you go, you are the chameleon. So therefore, and then everyone else gets a code, and then they look up on the chart the word. So everyone else gets the code. You don't get the code. We'll
have to do this at home. This is a good one.
Yeah, it's still available. It's just funny when the people act confidently about say if it was horse or something, then they come around and they'll go, hot dog. You piss yourself laughing, but you don't.
Can't.
You go round to the end and then you go.
Yes.
Then you put your vote in, and they say everyone thinks it's you.
Gee, it's fun at your house, isn't it? That's Saturday night gone.
Oh, yeah. Then we do a strip version of that.
Chameleon.
I remember
Right.
we played
strip. Yeah.
Jack Naked at the Caravan Park. I told you, didn't I?
Yeah, what happened?
We met these two girls at the pub.
Here we go.
And I went with a mate of mine, and as we're walking back to their caravan, I go, let's play strip Jack Naked.
Yeah.
And they'll get naked, and who knows what's going to happen. So we start playing, and we start losing, and we're a bit quick to get our gear off. Yeah. So in other words, you've lost one. Okay, pants are off. Cut to about 35 minutes later, he and I are completely naked. And they are fully clothed. They were taking off a hair clip. They were taking off their watch. They were taking off one sock. You
just got your shorts and t-shirt.
Nothing happened.
It's all innocent times.
It's all innocent times. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the Hindu religion. All I know, the Hindu religion is, I think it's the third biggest religion in Australia.
Well, I'm not surprised. They are Hindu.
So it's Indian.
Birth, death, and rebirth, aren't they?
Hang on. Dharma, karma, reincarnation. I know they believe in karma.
Oh, yeah. I'd love a bit of karma.
Yeah, you love karma. Well, I think karma is a thing. I don't believe in reincarnation. That's absolute.
You don't believe you come back as
I've read that book.
A possum.
Yeah. Everyone. I mean, it's a cliche, but everyone was an Egyptian king. No one was a peasant. Everyone had a great life in their other life.
Yeah, but you can just go. But if you've had a few lives, then you can just go back to
pick and choose.
Well, you can pick it. Yeah, you go back to the highlight reel. You don't go back to the. It's like your own. Show career. You go back to the highlights of the career.
Not the bad.
I did some crap shows, but I talk about Kath and Kim. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about rebirth. Yeah, past lives. It's past lives, isn't it? Yeah, a friend of mine's very much into it.
He wrote a book about it. I read it.
Yeah,
it was interesting. But I mean. He was obviously so into it that he believed, and that's fair enough. And if it helps people, why not?
That's the point. If it's helping people.
But karma is when something bad happens. No, if you do something bad to someone, something bad's going to happen to you. Or if you do something good to someone, something good.
I thought it was just bad. Karma was only bad.
Oh, was it? Okay, what's dharma?
So, well, maybe dharma's the good one.
Yeah.
Should we ask Sam?
She knows what's going on.
Karma is a concept of Hinduism which describes a system in which beneficial effects are derived from past beneficial actions and harmful effects from past harmful actions. Dharma is the duties a Hindu should follow in their life.
Ah, there we go, Glenn. Dharma. Do you practice dharma?
I think so. I mean, I like to think that I'm pretty...
righteous.
Yeah, well...
And karma, it can be bad or good actions by the sound of that.
Yeah, it does. Well, I was wrong. So therefore, it all comes back. All comes back around. So when someone...
Actions have consequences,
Glenn.
So
therefore, they often hit bad karma for them. And you go, well, yeah, what about me, though? Still, I haven't got a bike that he stole my bike, and now I haven't got a bike.
But also, sometimes someone's bad actions... you can be hit by a drunk driver. It had nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And you die, and that's bad.
But then they play the rebirth card.
Oh, okay.
You can, yeah, which is, consequence of...
He's coming back.
Yeah. What are the objectives of it? Enlightenment?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that is?
No, I mean, what is enlightenment? Just being knowledgeable of...
Look, I don't know either. But
life, isn't it?
For me, I don't... Here we go. Look out. We're going into waters we are not qualified to talk about, and people are going to start banging the device that they're listening to. I sort of think of enlightenment as being egoless.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Being more soulful, more... But not doing things in terms of yourself, doing things in terms of the greater good. Not getting caught up wanting to win all the time or being right all the time. To be enlightened is one is in contact with one's soul, I suppose. He's not being driven by ulterior motives, which the ego can sometimes do.
Yes.
The ego wants to be best, wants to win, wants to be right, wants to be, he who dies with the most toys wins. Ego. I'm more fame. Fame.
I was never interested in fame.
Were you interested in fame? Because I think I was.
Yes, absolutely. I remember a young comic said to me one day, from our generation, probably all these new young comics, they all just want to be famous, not like us. I said, speak for yourself. As Kate Lambrook said when she became famous, I'm finally getting treated the way I always thought I should have been treated. And when I was in a band and we broke up, one of the support gig guys we used to use said, oh no, how will Dave O'Neill become famous now that the band's broken up? So I must have been very obvious in my desire for fame.
And did you? So in other words, you went via music initially,
Yeah.
and then you changed lanes.
Yeah.
Did you have your eyes on comedy?
Yeah. When I was in a band, absolutely. Yeah. I always wanted to do it. I just didn't know how. Whereas bands were just more accessible to us because, our brothers were in bands and.
Because the only way I knew was to be on TV, and the only way I knew was to be an actor. So therefore, I wanted to be on the Sullivans.
Yeah.
And then one night, because I went to drama school.
Yeah.
I didn't know what comedy. I didn't know what stand-up comedy was.
Nah, especially not in those days.
And I didn't know. And I just remember going to the Last Laugh and seeing these people get up and tell jokes. And then because we've talked about the fourth wall before. But I learnt that you could talk to the audience and you can do character stuff, and watching Barry Humphries, of course.
Barry.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that I did want to be famous.
You wanted to be famous. And now that you are, you probably find it
Well,
annoying.
now it's fading. Now it's just fading away. So you're watching.
Oh, you get a lot of girls camp saying, my nana loves you.
That's very true.
Used to be my mum. Now she's my nana. My nana loves you.
Yeah.
Well, who are you? So, mate, are you from somewhere, mate? Were you like a teacher in Bathurst? No, I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Yeah. No, we get a bit of that. So what else can we say about Hindu? I mean, this is one of the biggest religions in the world.
Ganesh is that's their god, isn't it? One of their gods that they worship.
Really?
I don't want to get it
know
wrong.
that. Yeah. Well, I hope you don't.
I only
get it
know
wrong.
this from Apu on The Simpsons. He must be Hindu because he has a Ganesh thing in his 7-Eleven, doesn't he?
What's that? What's a Ganesh?
Oh, I see. The elephant with the multiple.
Oh,
arms.
yeah. I thought that's what. Yeah,
it's Ganesh. It's Ganesh.
He's got a lot of snakes or.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going on.
Hang on.
Are they tentacles or arms or?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't
We are out of our depth
We
here.
are with
It's
Hindus.
a shame we don't know someone who's Hindu.
No. Well, let's think of the people that we know. See, Durak Jayasinghe, he's Sri Lankan, but his dad was Buddhist and his mum was Muslim, and he went to a Catholic school. So he's obviously confused. Nazeen, who we spoke to on this podcast, he's Muslim.
Yeah.
So I don't know any other. Should have found a Hindu person.
Well, we just.
We'd have Hindu people listening right now getting very upset.
Yeah, because obviously, I mean, it's only
We
fair.
apologise.
We're not Hindus, so therefore it's fair that we
Hey.
don't know about Hindu religion.
Let's just say, from what we know, it sounds pretty good. And what Sam has told us about Karma Dharma sounds pretty good.
Well, I do know.
I'm into it.
But yeah, I like your work.
Seems better than what we were brought up with. A little bit better than,
What
Church of England.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus died on the cross for you. Oh,
Yeah.
He shouldn't have. Why didn't you ask us first? Jesus died for you.
But you want to be like Jesus and go around and do good things.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
He is a cool dude.
So
man.
he what he represents is what we should all aim for. And then there were
Yeah.
the 10 Commandments, weren't there? Thou shalt not.
The long-haired hippie kind of bloke walking around.
Yeah. Were the 10 Commandments not all knots? Or were they?
Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Religion's not big with us. Maybe we should move on to some thinking music. Let's move on.
I'm getting nervous.
Yeah, let's
Because
move
we
on.
could be offending people.
All right, so thinking music. What are we thinking? Hindu,
There's no.
Snake and Ladders.
Is there Fisher and Pike or something? Did they ever do ads or anything?
Yeah, there are ads for some board games. Monopoly, probably.
You know what I like? I
Yeah.
love the Hindu music.
It's very relaxing.
It is very. That's
Yeah,
often
it's
when
relaxing.
you getting a massage or you're listening to a relaxation tape. They'll have music in the background.
Mm.
I'm just wondering whether maybe we could do like a because often you listen. I'll listen to a relaxation tape, guided they call it, guided meditation.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Yeah. They do them just for general relaxation, but I reckon it should be a targeted thing. Like
At certain jobs or
certain
lifestyles.
jobs, like if you're a window cleaner, or if you're a butcher, or say you're you could
a
do one-
salesman, whatever.
yeah, you could do one for like Jim's mowing.
Oh, yeah.
So in other words, while you're at Jim's mowing, you're having a hard day, you're feeling a bit stressed, you can put on your headset and
great
listen to
idea.
a guided relaxation with Hindu music.
All right.
So let's
do that.
Let's do that.
I'll be the mower. Oh, gee, job number 5. Oh, hello, Mrs. Selfridge. How are you?
Hello, Dave. So good for you. As you know, I'm a bit troubled getting out to do the gardens these days and the lawns and so forth.
Well, the grandkids have been around, or
Oh, they haven't.
Okay.
They've eaten me out of house and home. But
well, I'll
if
just
you
do the
could-
back. We'll start with the back,
and make sure you do the edges, Dave.
I will. Listen, I'm just going to put on my relaxation tape because I've been quite stressed. So
I'm sorry, you're a bit stressed, are
that's
you?
all right. I don't need a
Okay.
massage. All right, thank you.
Oh, because I thought you might want to come in for a cup. But put on your special tape and then
Okay.
you listen to your music.
Here we go. I'll just start the mower. Here we go. Oh, let's put on that tape. Here we go. Oh, this will help me.
Hello, welcome to Jim's Mowing Relaxation.
Yeah,
Tapes,
great.
To be used while you are operating
Yeah. The mower,
the mower,
whippersnipper,
or any other
edger.
item like that, which is quite dangerous.
Yeah.
I just want you to take a few deep breaths and just feel that relaxation going through your body.
This
You're
is
feeling good.
Yeah.
You're going along. You're pushing your lawnmower.
I am.
But you are creating a beautiful environment.
I am. I'm going back, and then I turn around, I go back up again.
Yes.
And I turn back around, I go again. It's like a pattern. I go again.
But as you do your
go around the hills
lines,
hoist.
you realise you are creating happiness for other people. You
Yes.
are making people feel good.
Mrs. Selfridge. Yes.
Yes, and then as you take your catcher off,
Yeah.
you empty the catcher. You're emptying away all
Yep.
your bad feelings onto the grass pile.
Yeah.
And there, all your bad feelings have gone away.
Oh.
You feel relaxed. You feel good.
Yes.
You put the catcher back on,
Yes.
and you give it a bit of a rev.
Yeah.
And with that rev, you feel a relaxation going
Yeah.
through your body. It's a good feeling.
All right.
And now
Back into it.
you're just mowing. Let's just enjoy the mowing
Okay.
for a little while now.
Okay. I'm mowing. Yeah. This is good. Yeah.
Did you do all the edges properly?
Yeah. I did the edges.
Have you made sure that everything is nice and neat and tidy?
Yeah. Looking good.
Have you gone in the right direction the whole time?
No, I'm trying.
Have you annoyed the neighbours at all with your loud noise?
No, they're not
Have you
annoyed.
used foul language inappropriately? Have you stuck your toe underneath the mower
No.
and maybe cut the top of your boot off?
I'm
all
fine.
these things
God,
need
this
to
is
be,
very relaxing.
need to be thought about. Have you looked where you're going?
No, well, you're stressing me out now.
Yeah, look where you're going. Make
I'm
sure
stressing
you...
me out. Oh no, what have I done?
And there you have it, a beautiful, relaxing time.
Not at all.
Well, I think you'll find this is a special tape that has you back.
Dave, the guinea pig's got out. Have you seen him anywhere? Because, I don't want him to get in the way because that would slow down the process.
Oh, no.
What's that splattered blood on the fence?
no.
What's that fur? Oh, what's that fur all over your face?
Sorry, Mrs. Alfred, it was the tape.
Oh, no, not the mug. Oh, no.
All right. Poor guinea pig. What's your answer? We've had thinking music. What's your answer, Glenn?
Well,
Hindu-
that was like a horror
It's
movie.
disturbing.
You know that thing you said before about the snakes?
Yeah.
I reckon they based a game on that. Someone's seen, what did you call it? What was it called?
Dharma and Karma.
Yeah, no, the
Oh, Ganesh.
Ganesh. I reckon because they've seen the snakes or whatever it is. Maybe it's his. And they've made that into a game. I don't know
I
what
think
I'm saying.
because it shows like life's ups and downs. Sometimes you're up.
Oh,
down.
sometimes things go well, and sometimes you get a break, and sometimes you don't get a break, sometimes you go backwards.
Yeah, maybe it was part of the Hindu
So it's
religion.
maybe it's a lesson in life to get through to the end, and not many people get through to the end. Even when you think you're there, you slide down a snake. Oh, it's pretty sad, really.
Well, what's the answer, Sam?
Snakes and Ladders originated as part of a family of Indian dice board games that included Gyan, Chauper, and Pachisi. The gameplay is designed to show the journey of soul as per Hindu mythology. The various ladders on the board indicate various virtues one has to cultivate to go to higher places. Few of the virtues include discipline, good conduct, perseverance, devotion. It made its way to England and was sold as Snakes and Ladders. Then the basic concept was introduced in the United States as Chutes and Ladders.
Oh, well.
There we go.
You related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
I never
that's
thought
right.
that there was a lesson. Yeah, you were right. A lesson in playing snakes and ladders. But you can, that is a good message. That
Yeah.
sometimes life. It's like what's his name? What's that comedian who got struck off? What's his name?
Louis C.K.
Yeah, he would say to his kids, "There's only one ice cream left," and we had 2 kids. And then one goes, "Well, why don't I get an ice cream if my brother gets one?" And he goes, "That's what happens in life. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes bad things happen. Not everyone gets it."
Well, there's no need to be mean to your kid, but anyway, just give them
Well, if
an
you've
ice
only
cream.
got one ice cream,
Yeah.
and there are 2 kids, do you not give one kid an ice cream, or do you just
half
give?
each.
Oh, okay. Well, that works
half each,
out.
maybe.
So that's what the Hindu religion would be saying then.
Half each.
You eat the top half,
Yeah.
and then you eat the bottom half. But the kids aren't going to do that.
Oh, if they're desperate, they would.
Really?
Oh, half an ice cream, absolutely.
Was there a lot of that in your house? He
Well,
got more than me.
The other night, we had fish and chips. We had people over, which is unusual, but we had people over. And we got...
No one comes to Dave O'Neill's house, do they?
You've been, haven't you? You've been
I've
to ours.
I've never been for fish and chips. I'm a bit offended.
Well,
anyway,
it's our
you've
neighbours...
had lunch at my place.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
I've got photos to prove it.
It's true. It's true. Anyway, we got one dim sim less, and I said to the kids,
This is big.
This
this
is
is where you
big.
depend on your religion.
and Kerry said, just cut it in half and have half each, and that's what they did.
Yep.
Half a dim sim, better than no dim sim.
Can you cut a dim sim into thirds? I don't think you can.
No.
You know why? Because the middle bit hasn't got an end,
Yeah.
and therefore it would fall apart.
There's life's lesson.
Dad, can you tell us a religious stories about dim simmers again?
Well, cut the dim sim. Jesus only had one dim,
dim
sim.
sim, yeah.
He had to share it with 1,000 people, so he cut it a little bit.
Did he have potato cakes or did he have any spring rolls or anything? No, he only had one dim sim,
One dim sim.
and he had to share it between
Yeah.
2
The
people.
flock.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and what did he do, Dad? What did he do? He cut it in half.
Mm.
And what about all the other people who wanted dim sim? They went back to the fish and chip shop,
Yeah, they got more.
and they went back and they bought extra chips.
Was the dim sim steamed or fried? Oh, shut up.